Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today is day 3 of our 21 days of lace knit stitches. And I would consider this a basic beginner lace knit stitch pattern, which I feel like on day 3 I'm still working on my courage of some more complicated stitches, and I thought this was a good step in the right direction. I honestly can't believe I have not seen this stitch before, but I really like the way it came out. So I'm using not Lion Brand, I'm using Cascade Yarns Lana Grande, and it calls for a size 13 knitting needle. I usually use a size 11 because I knit a little on the loose side, but I'm using a size 15 so that I get a little bit more lace. I actually could probably bump it up to a 17 to get just a little bit more of a lace, but I chose 15. So this is a 4-row repeat, and we're going to do some left decreases and some right decreases and some yarn overs. Now this one I did complicate just a little bit by adding one stitch on either side for an edge. So it gives it a little bit of a cleaner edge, a little bit. So on row 1, I'm going to knit 1 through the back loop. So this stitch here, this is mine, and this is not repeated, and if you're going to have a border on there, do not include this in your pattern. So the pattern starts with knit 2 together and a yarn over. So when we knit 2 together, we're going to create a right leaning decrease. So we decrease 1 stitch, we're going to increase 1. And we're just going to repeat that all the way across. Knit 2 together, yarn over. 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 Don't forget the yarn over right here. That's usually where problems arise for me, is on this row I will forget to do a yarn over and I will be short 1 stitch for the next, for row 3 technically. So I did that yarn over, and then I'm going to knit 1 through the back loop. So that again is my edge. You don't have to do that, or you don't want to do that whenever you're repeating your pattern for whatever you're going to create. So with the yarn in the back, I'm going to slip 1 purlwise, so that's just my edge stitch, and then I'm going to move that stitch. No, I'm not. We're going to purl all the way across. So we're bringing these yarn overs, we're just kind of bringing it together so that they don't, I don't know, it just looks cleaner when we bring that yarn over together. Because we don't want a yarn over and then a yarn over necessarily. In some patterns, actually, it does call for it. But that will be in the future. So we're purling all those, and then with the yarn in the front, we're just going to slip that stitch. So we're creating an elongated stitch here on the edge. And you don't want that edge to be too tight either. That can give you problems. So row 3, we're going to knit 1 through the back loop, and then we're going to alternate the yarn overs. So in row 1 we did a knit 2 together, yarn over. Now we're going to yarn over and then slip knit purl instead of knit 2 together. So we created a right leaning decrease before, now we're going to create a left leaning decrease. So it gives a nice kind of zigzag pattern. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to slip as if to knit. So instead of slipping 1 purlwise, we're going to go into the as if to knit it, but we're not going to knit it. We're going to slip it off and knit the 2nd stitch, and then we're going to take the slipped stitch and pass it over that knitted stitch. So we'll do it again because we're going to repeat it all the way across. So you will definitely get the hang of it because there's a lot of repetition here. So we're going to go into the left side of it to slip it off, knit, pass the slipped stitch over. So it gives us a very nice, clean, left leaning decrease. and then yarn over. So if we slipped it without doing it purl-wise, it doesn't look as pretty. See, it kind of twists it. Actually, it looks fairly similar. But this pattern calls out for slipping it knitwise. So we're going to yarn over, slip it knitwise, knit one, and then pass the slipped stitch over. So it's just a tiny bit cleaner, but not really. It's probably could get away with just slipping it purlwise if you wanted to. But I do think that this makes it a little looser stitch. And that's definitely what we want. Yarn over, slip one knitwise, knit one, pass the slip stitch over. And here we do not yarn over at the end because our first stitch was a yarn over. And then again, that's where I get in trouble. If I created a yarn over, then I have one too many stitches on my needles. So you could, if you wanted to, count your stitches. If you have like, you're doing something wide and it's like 100 stitches, you can count every row to make sure you have your 99 before you get to your end and see whether or not you yarn over at the end or not. I know that I have some patterns I've had to do that before, so that is helpful. So that is it. You row 4, whenever you flip it over, it's the same as row 2. You just purl all those stitches to bring it all together. And that is, once you block it, actually looks very pretty. So I think this has a lot of possibilities. So definitely I'm thinking look forward to a something, I'm not sure, with this stitch, because I really like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's stitch, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for day 4. Thank you guys so much for watching.